No, there's no such thing as TMI. The TMI stands for tell me immediately. Not ideal. Mental breakdowns. It's been really sad. Being a woman is crazy. Hello you guys, welcome back to today's video. If you're new here, my name is Michaela. Today we're doing a get ready with me while we chat. We're talking about postpartum, so we're just gonna jump right into it. I do have my list of notes to talk over. It's not that much, but I hope it lasts till the end of this video. So we're just gonna jump in and get started. I did post a little short of me getting ready, a quicker version of what I do, but I didn't show all of the products. I just mainly showed this, my favorite. Oh, the kids are fighting. By the kids, I mean Cooper and Freya. So first, pregnancy-wise, similarities there. I still was congested, and that was the worst. I hated it. I hate being congested. I'm getting over my sickness right now. Also, you can kind of see the house a little bit. Video coming soon about that. So congestion was the same. He was born October, she was born July. So I went through all of summer pregnant and then most of summer with Felicity. I got really swollen with Felicity. I don't think I did as much with Sawyer. And also, I guess I felt the same throughout the whole pregnancy. Like being big wise and everything, but my bump did show up sooner and I was thinking all the signs pointed towards boy. That's pretty much where the similarities end, I think, because he has been a breastfed baby and he just turned 5 months 2 days ago. It's March 4th right now. He's already rolling over. Breastfed baby, loves to sleep on me, next to me, with me, just a mama's boy through and through. And Felicity was very much Dada's girl, and she only breastfed up until a month and a half. I don't know what was going on or what, but just didn't go as smoothly this time or last time. Maybe it was because I got a nipple guard this time around that breastfeeding was less painful. He could find it easier because it's like a plastic, so he could feel that. Maybe that helped him out a little bit. And then also really trying to stay on top of his feeding schedule and feed whenever he wanted to, because I really wanted to make sure that he stayed breastfeeding as long as possible this time. And I'm thinking 6 months. I always said I wanted to get to 6 months at least with him, so I think at 6 months then he's gonna be starting the baby foods and all of that, so that might be when we start transitioning a little bit and might start doing some formula. Hopefully he can start sleeping through the night. I was looking it up, and more often than not a breastfed baby will not sleep through the night until they stop breastfeeding. So I was like, okay, I would love to sleep through the night by now. With Felicity, I was at like 2 months because she was not breastfeeding. She was sleeping through the whole, or most of the night at least. If not, she was waking up maybe once in the beginning. Maybe transitioning after 6 months so that we can hopefully sleep through the night again. I've not been a person since not being able to sleep through the night. Getting however many hours of sleep at night is so important to my mind and body. When I don't get sleep is when it's a really hard day the next day, and it's rough for everybody. Hopefully around 6 months we'll be transitioning and getting him to sleep through the night. I have been putting him to sleep, and he's been sleeping by himself for 2 hours. He just had his other nap from 11 to 1 by himself. I have a little cow warmy thing, whatever, and that I have his pacifier to. It's tied to the warmy so that he can just turn and it will be right there, so it doesn't fall out of his mouth. Like if he turns, then he always knows where to find it. Before, it was just clipped to him and it would fall out of his mouth and then he would wake up. With Felicity, I don't even know, but she also took a pacifier right away. Sawyer did not take a pacifier until he was like 3.5, 4 months, I think. I want to say, I don't know for sure. I'm sure I could look back in my family album app that I have, that I post pictures to, that I could see when he started taking the pacifier. I would just give it to him every single time we were on the changing table, and I have a bunch. I don't even know how many I have. Also, I look scary pale right now. So sorry. Anyways, I would just give him a different passy every single time, and I've given him these ones before, and these are the ones that Felicity really liked. So I was hoping he would be like her and like it, which he eventually did, but it took some convincing. I even got the expensive $30+ Ninico ones because it's supposed to be like the breast. He didn't like it at all. I debated getting so many different kinds, and I almost did order some more, but he just started taking the passy, so that was great. I just can't believe it took so long. And that was, I think, like the hugest difference was that he was not taking a pacifier at all. And it was a struggle to keep him happy for Scott because he didn't have anything to give him to keep him happy. I mean, you can entertain him so much, but you can't really put him to sleep because he needed mom. So that was a struggle for a long time. It was definitely a happy moment when he started taking passy and then Scott could put him to sleep. He doesn't often put him to sleep because he is not here most of the day. And then also he eats and then I just give him the passy right after at night. It's been nice to finally have like a routine. And I think what helps is just being consistent. And I hated hearing that because I was like, there's never gonna be a routine. We're never gonna get into the groove of things. And Felicity is really struggling. Mama's really struggling. Then we hopped into home renovations and just got worse. So now we are in a routine. I say that as if I've been doing this routine for a long time. I've only been doing it for like 2 days. But the difference that it's made in Felicity, in me, in Sawyer, we are a lot happier around here. And also listening to Jesus music in the morning, let me tell you, instead of whatever else, it makes such a difference. Whether it's the Good News Guys or just my worship music, I just have a playlist on Spotify that I listen to. I don't even know what it's called, but I've been liking that while I'm making breakfast. It really makes a difference spending time with Jesus in the morning, let me tell you. Our days start out calmer, happier, more at ease, peaceful, just everything that you want it to be. And I don't know why I didn't do that more consistently. Sometimes I'll turn on Listener Kids as well. And I'm also getting Little Bible Stories speaker, so that'll be nice as well because then she can just listen to the Bible stories and then play as well. And she can do like her letters and shapes and numbers. She's so smart. Like she knows so many shapes. She's starting to recognize letters, I think, and numbers. I don't think she's recognizing, but she likes the colors and she likes matching the shapes of them because they're on a little puzzle board. Well, she can take them out and then put them back in, and that's been nice for her to do. I don't know if you can tell, we have a chalkboard wall here and we just got some chalk. We just moved the entertainment center over so she can draw on the wall where she's supposed to or where she's allowed to. And she knows like trapezoid and hexagon, rectangle. She's over 2.5 months old. I still can't believe that. And she's so smart. She knows so many things, even just listening to us. Anyways, I'm kind of just rambling on, and we need to stay on track. We'll talk about the week after their births. So with Felicity, I was able to stay home, and with Sawyer, I got to stay home 4 days. Oh man. But with Felicity, I got to stay home like, I think it was 2 weeks. We didn't go anywhere until the 2 weeks, Thursday, Friday, and then we went to church that Saturday. Oh man. Yeah, so I was spoiled with my postpartum with Felicity. I also recovered slower this time. I think just because it's such a huge thing that your body does. Women's bodies are mind-blowing with how they can do that. I don't even understand, but God knew what he was doing with our bodies, being able to birth a child and then take care of the kid. Like what? With Sawyer being only 4 days postpartum before driving 2 hours south to stay at an Airbnb for 9 days, I think. I don't remember. We might have stayed only about a week. I did not enjoy that, having to leave my nest, because you nest for a reason, and that's to be prepared for your baby, have all your stuff at home in your own nest, your own space. You know where everything is. You can be in the privacy of your own home. You can cry. You can whatever in the privacy of your home. You can not wear clothes. if that's what you so choose. But being gone at an Airbnb with friends and family, we obviously had to present ourselves. I did mostly stay in bed, and nobody took it personally, me being in bed. Everybody understood. She is freshly postpartum. She's not going to be able to be around, go around anywhere because she's freshly postpartum. Like, we understand. We want to be sensitive to that. I know they didn't take it personally. They are the best. We stayed with Scott's sister and her husband, Scott's brother and his wife, his other brother, and then our other friends, which Scott and Cassie and Nathan and Joe grew up with. We're all close. And then, of course, Shanna and I are cousins. So everybody knew everybody. We were all good. And I wouldn't have wanted to stay on site because I would have probably felt like I had to be places more. But since I was off site, we were only like 15 minutes away. It was very close. I think if I was on site, I would have felt pressured to participate in the things that were going on. And I would have not recovered as well. Though I think I did get a hernia, ? In the back regions. TMI? No, there's no such thing as TMI. The TMI stands for tell me immediately. That's what I'd love to say. I am not scared about sharing anything about postpartum, birth, whatever. Shy of actually showing you, but it's for sure been different with Sawyer. We did get together right before we left, though, to get together for mine and my brother's birthday. If you don't know, I'm a twin, 2 minutes younger. Nick can brag all he wants about not being the youngest, though. That would have been fun if he was the only boy and the youngest, but that didn't happen. He kind of pushed me out of the way, said, girl, get out of the way. You're feet first anyways, you're not prepared. So yeah, we got together for our birthday before we left, because I was going to be gone for our birthday. Sawyer was born on the 2nd and my birthday is on the 8th. We were going to be gone until the week after my birthday. So we wanted to get together before. So just having a bunch of people over too made a difference. Oh, that was also a huge change. With Felicity, we had everybody over and we had the great-grandparents and parents come in first. I was in what is now Sawyer's nursery, but it was like my book room, if you remember that. And we had the futon in there and I was propped up and everything. So we had our little receiving area there. Great-grandparents and grandparents first. Then we had siblings on Scott's side. Yep, because Steph and Ozzy weren't there and Nick was working. So we had Scott's brothers and sister, and then I don't remember if they were engaged yet or not, but Ben and Cassie were also there. So we had them. Actually, no, I don't think Ben came in. I think he was out there and they brought Felicity out there. I think that's how it was. So yeah, we had everybody over with Felicity, and I did not want to do that again. I was high on adrenaline, as you are after birth, and I just wanted to rest and make sure that I was okay before having anybody. So with Sawyer, I think we were gonna have my mom come, but she ended up having a hair appointment, so we had Todd and Dina come, so they got to see Sawyer first, and then my mom came later. Nathan was over because we were selling stuff on Facebook Marketplace, so he got to see him. We had people over Saturday to get together for our birthday. It was definitely a time. We definitely took things slower this time. I didn't want to be overwhelmed at all, and it was nice. And I didn't want it to be such a huge change for Felicity. Like, she still got to go out and hang out with grandparents and still have some normalcy, but it's not like everyday normal. Just to have people all to herself, and then Scott and I just got to stay home and rest and took things slow. So it was definitely nice to have people around that could take care of Felicity while we were recovering with Sawyer. And also, she doesn't just get like bombarded with a sibling and then feel like she's being ignored or like passed over or whatever. So we didn't want that to happen. We definitely wanted to introduce things slowly and positively. So the relationships part. Everybody loves everybody. I think it's definitely harder to go from 1 to 2 kids, especially since she is a toddler. Just made things a lot harder because obviously they still need you and they're not used to having somebody else take away from their world at all. That was really tough for her. to have to adjust, but we wanted to make sure that she was still getting time with grandparents and us, so that hopefully there was no jealousy going on or no resentment, no bitterness, any of that. I also have this fan. I've wanted an electric little handheld fan for so long. Finally did it on Amazon. Because I am too impatient to be sitting here letting it dry without having a fan. And it's so nice because it can just fold up like this. So compact and just fit in your makeup bag. So sleep schedules. Felicity, we've really tried to stay on the same sleep schedule, though with naps, that's been harder. She ended up not taking naps for a long time, but we're back on taking a nap, and that's the past 2 days. So from 11 to 1, he takes a nap, and then from 3 to 5, he also takes a nap. So then I put Felicity down from 3 to 5, and she doesn't fall asleep, or she didn't yesterday, but today we're doing it again, and hopefully she falls asleep. If not, she does get grumpy, and it is harder for her in the evenings. I think if we stay consistent, then she'll eventually be going to sleep. I mean, look at this curl. Crazy. She loves to have Louie in there with her during the afternoon and at night. She started getting scared because around Halloween, so many things are popping up about Halloween and the monsters and scary stuff, and she would see that. That was definitely not ideal. Then she started wanting to sleep with her door open. Sorry if you can't see me right now, but I need to be like this close to the mirror because I'm blind. So she started sleeping with her door open because she was scared to have it off. She has a night light plugged into the wall, and then she has a diffuser that also has a light on, 2 lights, and then her sound machine also has a light on it on the bottom. So 3 lights actually in there. So it's not dark at all, but she was still scared. She was asking Scott to check under her bed for monsters, and yeah, this was not great. With Sawyer, he had a great start. He would sleep in his bassinet for maybe 5 hours at a time. We were doing the same routine, and then I don't know what changed, but it's been difficult since. He's usually waking up every 2 hours at night, sometimes 3, which is not what I want to be doing every single night. So that's kind of why I want to be transitioning him. For a while, Scott was even sleeping out on the couch because he wakes up at like 5:30, and he was going to bed at 11, 12. So he needed to not be waking up every 2 to 3 hours because he needs sleep in order to function and do his job properly. It was weird not having him in bed. Anyways, we're all good now. I figured it out. Definitely a learning experience having a newborn again, for sure. It took me 30 minutes. Cool. Daily life routine. It's pretty much the same every single day. Now we only have one vehicle. We can't go anywhere. When it's warmer, we'll go to the park, we'll go to the beaches, we'll play outside, we'll do all that. But until then, we are stuck at home making do. I just got chalk, and utilizing this blackboard has been fun for her. We have breakfast in the morning, lunch or a snack plate, just a bunch of fruits and veggies, something salty, something sweet, and then nap time, which is right now, and then dinner. And then she gets to play with Scott a little bit, or at least be around him because he's home maybe like 5:30 or 6 in the evenings, and then she gets to see him for a little bit. And then bedtime for her is between 8 and 9. We're not like super strict about when she goes to bed, but for Sawyer, 11. He takes his nap, let's see, so he'll wake up around 5, so then he'll be up for 2 hours and then go to sleep 7 to 9, and then be up for another 2 hours and then go to bed at 11. And that has been really nice. It's been the routine, and I hope that we can stick to that because it's been really nice. Mental breakdowns. I wanted to touch on this because if you are a mom, especially a mom of 2, especially a mom of a toddler and a baby, you understand the mental breakdowns. I have had to go in a separate room. I've had to turn on fans and noise and whatever and just be by myself for a minute or 5 or 10 if I can. And having your husband take over definitely helps. if he's available. Also, talking to your other mom friends. It's nice to be able to relate. There's been mental breakdowns and tears and just tough times, but we are back from those trenches, hopefully, and not gonna go back because it was rough. Last thing I want to touch on is Sawyer's milestones. So he's already kind of sitting up. He still leans, obviously, like he's not super stable, but he started putting his hand down on the ground and leaning, and he's rolled over since 4.5 months. I don't think Felicity rolled over until like at least 5.5, 6 months. So I'm so proud of him. He's also so strong, and like he's tall too. And Felicity's also tall. I don't know if that's just how my kids are gonna be. Like they grow fast, grow like weeds. I don't know. But they definitely did not stay little for long. It's been really sad to look back on pictures and just see how much change there really has been. Guys, you have to see Koopy. Loves being out here with his mommy. Now we're taking it day by day, and I will be so happy when I have my van and I'm able to leave. We'll go to the park. It's only like 10 minutes away, a good park that has all the things that you would want to do. Climbing, swings, slides, sandbox. It's great. And then we also can go over to my parents as well and play outside and all that. I can't wait until next week when I have my van, hopefully. I'm pretty sure Scott's supposed to be getting a truck this week. Should be. Today even. If not today, then it needs to be tomorrow or Friday actually, because he'll be home tomorrow because of the countertops. I'm so excited. There's so many behind the scenes stuff of the home reno video that you guys are kind of seeing but not really gonna see until that full video, so I'm so excited for that, which will probably be up in April now. Sad about that. But also, I've been keeping my hair in a hair clip because this kid loves to grab my hair, so when it's down, it's so long. Like it's to my or past my ribs. So long. I think I cut it in July last. So it's been a long time. It's overdue for another haircut. But yeah, I think I'm going to end the video here and start getting it edited before they wake up. It is about 4:15 now. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you are a new mother, prayers go out to you that it all goes well. You've got this. Anyways, being a woman is crazy. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked today's video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And let me know if you're a mother, what your babies are, how old they are, what milestones they're reaching, all the things. Let's talk about it. And I will see you guys in my next video. Also, I hope you guys are liking the new intro and outro parts of it. Let me know.